You don't notice it happening. It starts quietly, in the middle of your daily routine, when everything feels fine. But slowly, tiny habits begin shaping the direction of your life. They don't destroy you overnight. They erode you, gently, silently. Until one day, you wake up and realize how far you've drifted from the person you hoped to become. You wake up, and the first thing you reach for is your phone. Messages, updates, videos, notifications. A flood of other people's lives before you've even taken a breath for your own. You tell yourself it's harmless, but it isn't. Every scroll tells your brain that everyone else is doing better, moving faster, living fuller. And before your day has even begun, you're already chasing someone else's rhythm instead of your own. Then there's the habit of staying busy. You fill every hour, every moment with something. Work, messages, errands, entertainment. You convince yourself that motion means progress. But busyness isn't the same as growth. Sometimes it's just another way to hide from stillness. Stillness feels uncomfortable because it reveals the truth. You might not like where you are or who you're becoming. You say yes too often. Yes to favors. Yes to invitations. Yes to things you don't even want. You tell yourself it's kindness, that you're just being helpful. But deep down, it's fear. Fear of disappointing others. Fear of being seen as difficult. Every time you say yes when you mean no, you trade a small piece of peace for approval that never lasts. You lose time, energy, and authenticity, all in the name of politeness. Then there's the habit of surrounding yourself with the wrong people. People who drain you, criticize you, make you question your worth. You keep them around because it feels easier than being alone. You tell yourself they'll change, but they rarely do. Their negativity becomes the background noise of your life, constant, familiar, and quietly poisonous. You deserve people who challenge you to grow, not those who make you shrink to fit their comfort. You procrastinate, not because you're lazy, but because you're scared. Scared to fail. Scared to not be perfect. Scared of what happens if you give it everything and it still isn't enough. So you wait. You tell yourself you'll start when the timing is right, when the plan is clear, when you feel ready. But that perfect moment never comes. Days pass, weeks, and your dreams quietly move further away. Action doesn't need confidence. It creates it. Start messy. Start small. But start. Then there's the constant chase for validation. You check who liked your post, who watched your story, who noticed your effort. You wait for someone else to tell you that you're enough. And in doing so, you hand them power over your peace. Real confidence isn't loud. It's quiet. It's steady. It's when you can walk into a room and not need to be seen to feel worthy. These are the habits that don't break your life in a single moment. They just bend it slowly, until one day you wake up and realize you've been living for everyone else's approval but your own. You hold grudges. You replay old arguments in your mind, reliving moments that no longer exist. You think holding on keeps you strong, but it only keeps you stuck. The more you revisit the past, the less room you have for the present. Forgiveness isn't weakness. It's choosing peace over poison. Then there's the habit of overthinking. You analyze every possibility, every detail, every outcome, until you paralyze yourself. You want control. You crave certainty. But life was never meant to be lived in your head. Thinking too much doesn't protect you. It only keeps you from moving. Sometimes the best decision is the one you make without knowing how it'll end. You avoid discomfort. You stay where it's safe, where it's predictable, where nothing hurts too much, but nothing grows there either. Growth lives on the other side of fear, in the awkward conversations, in the risks that might fail, in the silence that makes you face yourself. Discomfort isn't the enemy. It's the invitation to evolve. Then there's the quiet habit of forgetting gratitude. You focus on what's missing, what's next, what's better. You measure your worth by progress instead of presence. But peace doesn't wait for perfect circumstances. It begins the moment you notice what's already enough. You see, all these habits, scrolling, comparing, pleasing, overthinking, avoiding, regretting, they don't announce their arrival. They slip quietly into your days, hiding behind routine and comfort. But awareness is power. Once you see them, you can't unsee them. And once you know better, you start doing better. So, pause for a moment. Take a breath. Look at your life, the habits you nurture, the energy you protect, the boundaries you keep. Ask yourself, which of these quiet habits have been stealing your time, your peace, your potential? And more importantly, what could your life look like if you let them go? Imagine a version of you that wakes up without reaching for validation, who moves with intention instead of anxiety, who creates more than he consumes. That version isn't waiting somewhere far away. It starts with the choices you make today. Replace comparison with gratitude. Replace busyness with purpose. Replace fear with small, brave action. Because the life you want isn't built in a single breakthrough. It's built in quiet moments, in small decisions, repeated consistently. The truth is, you already have what it takes to rebuild your life. You don't need to change overnight. Just choose awareness, over and over again, until it becomes who you are. And if this message resonated with you, take a moment to share it with someone who might need it. Because sometimes, all it takes to change a life is a quiet reminder. The change starts now.